I'm Danielle Cook, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with the Cook Sisters, brought to you by the United States Botanic Garden. We're very, very pleased to be with you regularly to offer online cooking demonstrations and home garden tips. We're just a few days from Valentine's Day, and I thought it would be fun to share with you an indulgent flourless chocolate torte. But first, we're going to visit the other cook sister, Adrienne. Last week, she planted seedlings, and it's time to check in with her.
Hi, I'm Adrienne. Welcome to my hearth. When I can't be out in the garden in the middle of winter, there's not much I enjoy more than sitting by the warm fire, especially in the company of my seedlings. Seeds need warm soil and darkness to sprout, which is why this tray has been close to the fire and covered with a towel. I'm bringing them back here to where I do all my winter gardening projects. Let's take a look and see what they look like. These seedlings are just a week old. The warmth did its job on these little peat pots. Almost all of them have sprouted. There are a couple of duds, but we'll put some more seeds in those and they'll follow along. Now, what these seedlings need more than warm soil is plenty of light. 14 hours worth. I'm using an LED shop light. The tops of those seedlings, right where their leaves are, should be about 2 inches from the light. At night, when the light is off, I put the cover back on to retain as much humidity as possible. Okay, these guys look happy. Now let's get us over to Danielle's kitchen for some chocolate torte. Yum!
Welcome back! I'm just getting my double boiler ready to melt the chocolate. Are we ready to bake? I'm using a double boiler because it prevents the chocolate from burning. You could do this step in the microwave using a glass bowl, but you'd need to check the chocolate every 10 seconds. As the chocolate melts, whisk it well into the butter. And now we remove it from the heat and add the next ingredients. First some sugar, then a little espresso powder, vanilla, and eggs, one at a time. Whisk each egg thoroughly before adding the next. Some good cocoa powder comes next. And lastly, I'm going to add a little bit of baking powder and salt. The baking powder will help lighten the torte. Coat the bottom of an 8-inch round cake pan thoroughly with butter. A round of buttered parchment paper will guarantee that my torte will not stick to the bottom of the pan. Using very good quality chocolate and cocoa powder makes all the difference in this torte. And now into the oven. The torte is going to bake over a water steam bath. And while this step is entirely optional, it does help the torte rise nicely. Bake at 350 degrees and check it after 25 minutes. While the torte is baking, let's turn our attention to our mocha chocolate whipped cream. Mix together espresso powder, some powdered sugar, and a little cocoa, and add your whipped cream. Whip until the cream forms soft peaks, and then refrigerate it until you're ready to use it. Let's check on our torte. The skewer is almost clean, which means the torte is properly baked. It's important not to overbake, which could cause the torte to be dry. Let it cool for 10 minutes and then run a knife around the edges and flip it onto a plate. As you can see, the parchment worked like magic. Once it's completely cooled or even chilled overnight in the fridge, you can decorate. I had fun decorating my torte, but you don't have to. You can just plop some on a plate, serve it with a dollop of whipped cream and a bowl of raspberries. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for more garden tips and a warming winter soup.